Welcome to Morrigan's Cottage. Morrigan's Cottage is a 200-year-old cottage set in Ireland's beautiful and wild west.
Say hi. Just say hi. Can you smell the croissant that I had? I didn't give you any? Say hi. Who's that over there? Who's that up there? Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode here at Morrigan's Cottage. My name is Aisling. The little clicky clacky of nails that you'll hear in the background, that's my little pup Morrigan, who this whole adventure is named after. But welcome back to another video. Today's video is the kind of final mid-renovation update that I'm going to give you. It is roughly 6.5 weeks into the renovation since Dessie and Francis began, and the next video that you see that I did like a full tour of the house, that is going to be the post-builders update and show you what they've done, because hopefully in this week they are going to be finished and then handing the keys back to me and I will be moving in and taking over. And then Monday came around, and aside from the house, I was already having a bad day on Monday. Someone very close to me got bad news and that put my head in a bit of a loop. And then towards the afternoon I got a text from Joe, who is kind of spearheading most of this, and he was like, exact words, Houston, we have a problem. And I was like, how? We're finished, everything is done, how do we have a problem at this point? And I was just like, okay, my head was already out the door, so I was like, okay. And then he explained it to me and I was just like, I don't have the mental capacity to deal with this today, so I'm just not. So then I put my post up. If you're following me on YouTube, sometimes I put a little picture post up, and I just said look, there won't be a video on Wednesday, so obviously that's why there wasn't a video this week on Wednesday when there normally is. I just did not have the headspace. I was like, I'm sick of the house. I don't want to know anything about the house. I don't want to talk about the house. I don't want to record a video about the house. I've had enough of the house for a minute. If you want to follow me, you can go see me on Instagram, and I'll put the little link somewhere around here, because I have been sharing. So if you're on Instagram, if you follow me there, you will have already seen a picture of the whole debacle with the pipes and the flooring, because I tend to put it up a little bit sooner on Instagram. YouTube, it tends to be a week or two behind because it takes longer to upload the videos. So yeah, that is over on Instagram that I post a little bit faster. I do also have TikTok, the link is below, but I don't use it a whole lot, so took a little break. But yeah, so basically from my understanding, and again, I'm not a builder, so I might say something a little bit wrong, and if I do, apologies, but this is my understanding of it. They installed the bathroom and then they were checking everything, so they decided, let's fill up the bathtub and I don't know, fill it up and check it drains okay and whatever. And they noticed that the bathtub wasn't really draining properly. It was draining very, very slowly. And then from my understanding, they found that the water from the bath was then coming up through the shower tray, which obviously it's not supposed to do. So basically they were like, oh god, okay, maybe the pipe has collapsed somewhere along the way, or they didn't know. So this was Monday. It was all very much, we don't know. And I'd say they almost died, because they're like, yes, we're almost finished, the bath is in, the shower's in, everything's in, we're just testing everything out. And then this unknown problem happened. I'll put in some pictures, because I got sent lots of pictures and I got sent 1 or 2 videos, and I'd say Dessie's head was wrecked, and I know for a fact Francis's head was wrecked, and I'd say Joe was a bit like, oh great, here we go. But basically, long story short, from what I understand, when the septic system was put in and the extension on the house was put in, and whenever the bathroom was added or remodeled by either the previous owners or the previous owners, basically, as far as I understand, the toilet was connected to the septic tank. So when you use the toilet, it would flush and that would correctly go to the septic tank. But the bath, the shower, and maybe the sink, although I'm not 100% sure, they were not connected to the septic system, is my very layman's understanding of what maybe happened. I'll put loads of pictures in, they're horrific, so like trigger warning, it's horrific. So they didn't know this right at first, so they were like, oh my god, what now? Are we gonna have to dig up this beautiful new bathroom we just put in? So they kind of scratched their heads and then thought about it, and kind of thought about where, before the extension was added on, where would the bathroom have drained out of. So they picked a spot in the hallway, and I'll put photos and everything in, and then they dug in that spot to see if they could find the plumbing pipes for the toilet and the septic tank and everything, and potentially the problem. And they were thinking, you know, maybe the pipes had collapsed or whatever. I don't know. They were probably thinking, Jesus Christ, here we go again, another surprise. So anyway, from my basic understanding, the bath for sure and the shower were not connected to the septic system. So every time you used it, that water was coming out and then into like an old manhole, I think, that maybe the gutters or something would have gone into before the extension. If you can imagine, the wall would have been the external wall. So it was going kind of down and out where the old external wall would have been, but like all that water from the bath or from the shower was not then making its way down to the septic system. It was probably going into the foundation of the house underneath the kitchen and the spare bedroom where Mark and I slept sometimes. So that's lovely. So aside from the fact that that's not what it's supposed to do, it probably could have caused foundation problems, or, you know, movement of the house, loads of problems that had to be fixed. And then I think, like, I don't really know, there was something about like spray foam and pipes clogged, and I'm just gonna put the pictures in and you can paint your own picture because I don't really know what I'm saying. But basically we got very lucky in the fact that Dessie and Francis looked for problems with the bathroom by filling up the bath and then letting it drain. And then we got very lucky that when they did pick a hole to dig in the floor, my beautiful floor, well, it's not a beautiful floor, that floor didn't kind of get done, but they did have to cut a hole in the wall that they'd just done. So they picked the exact right spot where they thought it would be, and then they found the problem right away. Like, the problem could have been further down the line, and they could have had to have dug into the spare bedroom and then like dug outside the house as well to try find whatever the problem is. So we got lucky that the problem was found right away and that they knew how to fix it and that it has been fixed. So that was the drama this week, and I think I just took it worse because I was upset for one of my friends that had gotten some bad news within her family, and I also had a lot going on at work. It was just a whole thing, and then I was like, I've no more money, so I also had to figure out the nicest way to ask mom and dad to be able to help me out, which thank God they said yes. They just really want me out of the house, obviously, but yeah, it was just a lot of stress. And like, it's good that this was found, but it would have been really nice had it not have been wrong. But anyway, big props to Dessie and Francis and to Joe for sorting us out and getting this hopefully final problem figured out. Everything has been fixed up. They have refilled in the hole that they had to dig. They fixed the wall that they had to kind of take apart, and as far as I know, everything is working now. The next time you will see the house, I'll be living in it. So the next kind of, you know, tour video that you get is going to be after the builders have done their renovation. How does the house look? And I'm really excited to see that. I haven't seen it. You're going to be seeing it very shortly after me, but I hope you enjoy this video. Let me know what you think of the bathroom. I'm in love with it. I'm so happy with how it's looking and how everything has turned out, but do let me know what you think. All I will say is the lads have smashed it, like completely smashed it out of the park. Dessie's TikTok is below in the description if you want to go check out his TikTok, and if you do, make sure to leave a comment on the video. So yeah, I can't believe it. Final mid renovation update, and the next time you see the house, it's going to be the before and after. The lads have come and gone. So very excited. Thank you, Dessie and Francis, for all the hard work you do. Thank you, Joe, for steering our ship and getting things to where they need to be. And thank you, Mom and Dad, for being there for the emergency funds. Just to note, by no means do my parents have lots of spare money. They are scrimping this together to help me because they want me out of the house, out of their house. So anyway, without further ado, enjoy the video. Let me know what you think, especially about the bathroom. Enjoy, and I will see you next time. So at the moment, gutter still has to be done, but top row of guttering is done. I'm going to bring you this way because something very big was worked on over here.
at all this grass, holy moly. But look at that. A brand new roof for an old shed. So this wasn't initially in the plan for the lads to do, because there wasn't the funds, but we found the funds and they have done an awesome job at a new roof. And as far as I know, there's going to be like a gutter here. So it looks great, and that gutter might connect to like a water butt or something that we'll put. Here's the old roof. Oh, careful, honey. That's the old roof. We don't want to touch the old roof. So it's just in bits. And then over there is the shed roof. And then look at all the grass. Oh my god. It's so overgrown. And then this is the old flue. But yeah, brand new roof. It looks so good. And I'm going to bring you inside and show you the inside as well, so you can see what's going on with it. But thrilled with the roof, because it was good to just get it done. Now, come on, honey. We bring them inside. It's an absolutely gorgeous day. You can see the new gutters. Everything looks so good. Are you coming? We go into the house. Okay, let's go. Now, into the house. Not really anything has changed too much out here since the last time I had you here. Morrigan and I painted this the last time. Still wires and stuff. The electricians are due back, I think, this coming week. But I'll show you in here. Again, nothing has really changed in here since the last time you would have been here. We did test out the colours for the room. This is the same colour, by the way. And I definitely do like it. I'm going to do a second coat today just to see how it looks. But everything looking really good. Sockets are on, which is cool. I don't think they're like on, but they're screwed in for now. So that's in here. And then wait till you see the bathroom. Do you see a floor? Do you see a shower tray? Because you should. Look at this. Now, I'm not going to go too far in because this isn't finished, obviously, as you can tell. So, you know, I don't want to disturb it, so I'm not going to stand on it or anything. But I just thought I'd show you. Look how good the floor looks. So, bath is going to go here. We're going to have like a towel radiator thing here. Then obviously sink is going to go back there, and we're going to have the toilet just down there. Shower. And the floors now, it's obviously a bit dusty at the moment, but it looks so good. And actually this room looks so much brighter than it did. It's not a particularly sunny day outside. The plan for this room, I think, don't quote me on it, but I think we're going to have like, however high the sink is, we'll have like dark green paneling along the bottom. And then the top will be like white. So it'll be like dark on the bottom, light on the top. I'm not sure what that wiring is for. It might be for the shower switch, but actually I don't know. And then obviously we still have the attic entrance there, and we have the light wiring here, and then the piece of resistance. Boom. Look at this. So we have our beautiful green shower. It looks so good. I love that they did some going up at the top. It just looks, oh, I'm so happy. Look at that. I have been told that these tiles were an absolute pain to do, but they turned out so good. So that's obviously just the cost of beauty. But yeah, you can see the flooring with the tile looks really good. It looks awesome. I'm so happy. So this is the bathroom. This has had the most change since we were last down. It looks amazing. 10 out of 10, thrilled. And then not much else has changed. So there's some more floor tiles. But coming in here, so we'll hang a right. And obviously this wall has been finished. It looks really good. We've got the circuit box and everything like that. Obviously still not everything finished. And then coming in here, they've put the mattresses and stuff back in. They've fixed up some of the plastering that was really bad. And then obviously we have a brand new ceiling. So this looks really good. It actually makes the room look a lot bigger having the lighter ceiling. Isn't that right? Morgan's like, this is our bedroom. It's a pity we're not staying tonight. I'd love to stay, but there's no toilet, obviously. So then coming out, obviously this looks amazing. And kitchen is the same. They have to finish off the wiring, but kind of everything is essentially the same here in the kitchen. So there's not too much to show. They did a beautiful job. This back wall here, they did a beautiful job on that. I'll show you the last time and how it looked before, but they've done just such a good job on this. So I am thrilled to see that, because this Bonnie will be sitting up here. Bonnie likes to sit and look out the window. And then obviously radiator is going to go there. And then I'm going to bring you into this room here. And I'm going to see if you notice anything about this room that looks different. Anything at all? Does anything at all catch your attention? Well, it should be the brand new doors. Look at this. And they're like, they open inwards. So if you have been with us a while, you'll remember way in the beginning, we had a locksmith come out because the doors that were here were broken. The handle was broken, so you couldn't actually lock them. So we were just like tying the doors and hoping no one robbed anything. So that was the door situation. And he said, oh, like French doors opening out will not work for this spot. And he said, either you need to get a sliding door or French doors that open inwards, or like one of those bifold doors. Honey, I'm going to get you some water now. Hang on. So he recommended one of those options. And I thought the best option would be French doors that open inwards, because obviously we don't want them opening out and getting broken. But we also need something that like we can bring big furniture in and stuff like that, because when the fridge was delivered, it was too big to come in. The front door is really small. Let me bring you out this way. So like the front door is really small. Like I can pretty much touch the ceiling with my head when you get to the front door. So that was the choice. And then ordering the doors I was going to do, that was one of my jobs. And I did not get it done successfully. But basically what happened was talking to this company. This was back start of December. And thought I'd ordered doors, gave them all the measurements. They were going to come out and take a look and like do their own little measurements. And they were going to like, I didn't need to be here. They said that they would measure from the outside and they'd get whatever done. Or they'd let themselves in with the key. And they'd order up the doors. It would be roughly 12 to 16 weeks to get the doors back. So then I didn't think any more of it, because obviously December and January were an awful month for us. In December, we had Storm Dara. Then Morrigan had her eye accident where she had to have double eye surgery. And then in January, my nan died. And then we had Storm Yoan, whatever it was. We had that storm. So I didn't think anything about the doors because I had so much going on outside of the realm of doors. And anyway, they did not get ordered. I don't know what happened. The company were like, I can't see an order. It wasn't done. So there you go. But I also didn't pay a deposit. So maybe that's why. I don't know. Anyway, it was just a bit of a whatever. So then when I was talking to the company again, they were like, it's still going to be like 12 to 16 weeks. And the builders were about to start in like 1 or 2 weeks. I was like, there's no point. Just forget about it. And I'll figure it out after. But Dessie pulled some strings. And we have new doors. and they look incredible. So a funny story, Dessie on Friday sent me all these photos. He sent me loads of photos of like the tiles in the bathroom, because like love them, and he was sending me pictures of the roof on the utility room, because that just got done in the last week. We had floor tiles in the bathroom, wall tiles in the shower, and then the utility room roof done in a week. So they were working really hard. So I was looking at the tiles and I was like, oh my god, the tiles are beautiful. And then he sent me pictures of the doors and I was like, oh, that's nice, thumbs up. They look clean. They're great. I didn't think any more of it. And then I was like showing my mom the photos, and then she was looking at the door and she was like, is the door opening inwards? And like in the photo, the door was opening inwards. It also had all the brand new, like it had all the brand new door stickers on it. It was, the photo was of the door opening inwards. And I still didn't notice. I was like, what do you mean? It shouldn't be opening inwards. That's weird. Anyway, they're new doors. So then I texted Dessie back and I was like, oh my god, the doors. I'm an idiot. Didn't even notice. Like for half an hour, I was looking at these photos. Didn't notice a thing. I didn't know what he was showing me, really. Anyway, so that's the story behind the brand new doors. Dessie knocked it out of the park. Maybe it was Francis. I think it was Dessie. Maybe it was both. I don't know. But they pulled some strings, got some favours, and they got 2 amazing new doors. So thrilled. I'm thrilled. So anyway, thrilled. I'm going to stop yapping. I'm going to turn this off, turn you around, and I'm going to finish by showing you the utility room. Okay, so we're into the utility room now. Everything's plastered so beautifully. It just looks so good. But yes, you can see this room has had the biggest change since the last time we were here. They are working on the stud work, obviously insulating. There's 2 sockets, so we can have, I mean, this is actually big enough that it could be an office. It could be a 4th bedroom, like a single-sized 4th bedroom. It might almost be wasted space using it as a utility room because it's so big. And it didn't look that big before, but yeah, it's big. So I don't know. The plan was this was going to be a utility room, but maybe this will be the office and I can have like a beautiful view of the outside. There's actually just too much space now in this house that I don't know what to do with it. Because obviously, like, this could be the office, and then the other room in the front could be the spare bedroom, and then the room in the back could be, like, I could have 2 spare bedrooms. And this could be like a little office. Do I need a utility room? Anyway, the plan is it will be the utility room. I'm not going to make any rash decisions. But it's just so big. Oh, come here, honey. Can you stay over with Mama? Good girl. There's 2 mouse traps down. So there was a whole bunch of holes in the walls where all the mice, we knew the mice were coming in from over here. I mean, I'm sure they were coming in other places, but this was like their easy get in. So they have patched all those holes and they've put 2 mice traps down just to see is there anything else kind of knocking about. But I think we should be okay. And then you probably can't tell, but they have raised the ceiling by 3 inches. Let me turn you around again. So yeah, the stud work looks deadly. They have raised it by about 3 inches purely because the slope on the roof wasn't great, and also like with a new ceiling we'll now still be able to stand and like have a bit of space above us. So that's kind of the sitch there. But yeah, so thrilled. That window will have to be replaced because it's all broken. Can you stay there, honey? Don't come in here for a sec, okay? Stay right there. So you can see this window's like broken in places. Spiders everywhere. Get me out of this room immediately. But anyway, so it's going to be insulated, it's going to be studded and plastered, and it's going to look incredible. And then we'll have to figure out what to do with it. Imagine if this was like a playroom for Morrigan and Bunya. Because I kind of have thoughts of like this window will obviously need to be replaced, but having a catio, so the deck is going to be just right outside this window, and like having like a little catio that Bonnie can let herself out and go onto the deck and into the catio without needing me to kind of let her in and out. But anyway, that's the thoughts, that's the plan. So that's the update on the house for I think we're on about week 6 of renovation, and I think there's only 1 week left. I think the plan is next week they'll finish this room, They're going to finish and install the bathroom. The plumber will be in to put all the radiators on. The electricians will be in to finish up. Is there anything else? The gutters will be finished. So I think the plan is they're hoping to be finished this week. Maybe it'll spill a day or two into the following week because obviously it's a bank holiday. We were a bit unlucky. There was many bank holidays in the space of time. I think there was about 3 bank holidays. But yeah, thrilled. Everything looks so good. Yeah, I'm so excited. So much to come.